Welcome back. I'm an emergency doctor actively working at the emergency department of my hospital. In this Doctor's Corner series, we'll dive into lesser-known approaches and hidden strategies to help the people with critical illnesses. You can subscribe if you want to learn the latest news and healthy solutions about your health. Today, listen carefully. When we speak about depression and discipline, do not imagine a cold command to just try harder. Remove that idea immediately. Depression is not laziness. Depression is not weakness. Depression is a medical and psychological condition that can change mood, sleep, appetite, energy, concentration, movement, motivation, and even the way the future appears in the mind. So ask yourself, why would discipline help if depression steals motivation? How can structure work when emotion refuses to cooperate? The answer is this: discipline, when it is humane and medically informed, does not wait for motivation. It creates the conditions under which motivation may slowly return. Understand this clearly. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is repetition. Discipline is repetition. Discipline is the decision to place small, protective actions in the day, even when the mind says, "Not today." Why? Because depression often traps a person in a loop. Low mood reduces activity, reduced activity reduces reward, reduced reward deepens low mood. So do not fight depression only with thoughts. Fight it with scheduled behavior. Put action before feeling. Let the body send evidence back to the brain. Now ask, how does a person begin when everything feels heavy? Begin with the smallest possible disciplined act. Not a heroic transformation, not a dramatic life reset. Start with one wake time. Start with one walk. Start with one shower. Start with one meal at a stable hour. Start with one message to one safe person. Then repeat. The medical literature calls a major part of this approach behavioral activation, and it has been recognized in depression care because it directly targets withdrawal, avoidance, and the loss of rewarding experience. First, discipline helps because it reduces negotiation. Notice what depression does. It turns ordinary actions into debates. Should I get up? Should I eat? Should I answer the message? Should I go outside? Each question becomes a courtroom, and the depressed mind often argues against life. So stop giving every basic action a trial. Decide once, write it down, and follow the plan gently. Why? Because a routine lowers the number of decisions required from an exhausted nervous system. Do this. Choose 3 anchors for the day. Wake, move, connect. Keep them small enough that they can survive a bad day. Wake within the same general window. Move for 5 to 10 minutes if that is all you can do. Connect with one person through a text, call, or shared space. How does this help? It creates proof. Depression says, nothing changes. Discipline answers, something happened today. That proof may be small, but small proof repeated becomes psychological leverage. Second, discipline is beneficial because depression is deeply connected to circadian rhythm, the body's internal timing system. This is one of the most overlooked points in everyday conversations about mood. The brain is not floating outside biology. Mood is tied to sleep timing, light exposure, activity patterns, body temperature, hormones, and daily rhythm. When sleep and activity become scattered, mood can become more unstable. So ask, why should awake time matter to sadness? How can morning light matter to hopelessness? Because the brain reads timing as a biological signal. So give the brain clean signals. Wake at a consistent time. Open the curtains. Step outside if possible. Eat at planned times. Dim the lights at night. Protect sleep like treatment, not luxury. Do not treat your phone as the final voice of the evening. Put it away earlier. Why? Because depression often blurs day and night until the person feels suspended in time. Discipline restores edges. Morning becomes morning again. Night becomes night again. The body begins to know what comes next. A recent actigraphy meta-analysis using objective rest activity measures found that people with depression show patterns such as longer time falling asleep, more waking during the night, lower sleep quality, reduced daytime activity, and less stable day-to-day rhythms compared with healthy controls. Think about that. Depression is visible not only in speech or tears, but in the architecture of the day. So do not only ask, how do I feel? Ask, what rhythm am I giving my brain? Third, discipline helps through movement. Again, do not misunderstand. Exercise is not a moral test. Exercise is a clinical tool. A major network meta-analysis in the BMJ found that exercise can reduce depressive symptoms, with benefits seen across several forms of movement, including walking, jogging, strength training, yoga, and dance. So ask, why does movement affect mood? How can muscles speak to the brain? Through sleep, inflammation, neuroplasticity, self-efficacy, rumination, social contact, and the simple experience of doing something instead of only enduring something. So move before you feel ready. Do not wait for the perfect mood. Put on the shoes, stand up, walk for 5 minutes. If 5 minutes is too much, walk for 2. If walking outside is too much, walk inside. If exercise sounds impossible, stretch on the floor. Why? Because the depressed brain often demands emotional readiness before action, but recovery often requires action before emotional readiness. Say this plainly to yourself, I am not moving because I feel better. I am moving to give my brain a chance to feel better. Fourth, discipline is effective because it rebuilds reward sensitivity. In depression, activities that once brought pleasure may feel flat. Music sounds dull. Food tastes ordinary, friends feel far away, accomplishments feel empty. This loss of pleasure is called anhedonia, and it can make people stop doing the very things that could gradually restore emotional response. So what should you do? Schedule activity anyway, not because it will feel wonderful immediately, but because the reward system often needs repeated exposure before it begins to respond. Use this command: plan before mood decides. Write a list of actions in 3 categories: necessary, meaningful, and pleasant. Necessary: shower, medication, food, bills, cleaning one surface. Meaningful: prayer, study, work, helping someone, learning, creating. Pleasant: music, sunlight, tea, comedy, sport, art, a park, a pet, a conversation. Then choose one from each category. Why one? Because depression loves extremes. It says, do everything perfectly or do nothing. Refuse that trap. Do one thing. Then mark it done. Behavioral activation works partly because it reverses avoidance. Avoidance gives short-term relief but long-term confinement. Staying in bed may reduce the pain of facing the day for an hour, but it can strengthen depression by removing contact with light, people, mastery, and reward. So ask, how do we weaken avoidance? Do not attack it with shame. Outsmart it with design. Put the clothes out the night before. Prepare breakfast in advance. Place shoes near the door. Make the next healthy action visible and close. Fifth, discipline protects treatment. Depression care often includes psychotherapy, medication, or both, depending on severity, history, preference, and clinical assessment. Organizations such as the National Institute of Mental Health and the World Health Organization describe depression as treatable, and they include psychological therapies among standard forms of care. So do not use discipline as a replacement for care when care is needed. Use discipline as a bridge toward care and as a support during care. Do this if symptoms last most of the day, nearly every day, for 2 weeks or more, or if functioning is seriously affected, speak to a health professional. If there are thoughts of self-harm or suicide, treat that as urgent. Tell someone immediately. Contact emergency services or a crisis line in your country. Why say this in a talk about discipline? Because true discipline includes knowing when to ask for help. It is not discipline to suffer silently while the illness becomes dangerous. It is disciplined to protect life. Sixth, discipline changes identity through evidence. Depression often speaks in identities. I am broken. I am useless. I always fail. Do not argue with these statements only in theory. Create evidence against them. Make the bed. Take the medication as prescribed, attend the appointment, walk around the block, wash one dish, send one message. Why do these small things matter? Because the brain updates identity through repeated proof. Each completed action says, I can still act. Each repeated action says, I can still return. Now be careful. Discipline must be compassionate, or it becomes another weapon for self-criticism. Do not say, I am pathetic because I only walked for 3 minutes. Say, 3 minutes is today's dose. Do not say, I failed because I slept badly. Say, I will restart the rhythm tonight. Do not say, I missed one day, so the plan is ruined. Say, the next action counts. Why? Because depression already attacks the self. Your plan must not join the attack. Here is a practical structure. Use a 7-day card. On it, write 5 daily actions. Wake, wash, eat, move, connect. Keep each action measurable. Not be healthy. Write wake by 8 o'clock. Not exercise more. Write walk for 10 minutes. Not fix my life. Write send one message. At the end of the day, check what happened without drama. How did sleep affect mood? How did movement affect energy? How did isolation affect thoughts? Become a careful observer of your own pattern. Then use the 2-minute entry rule. When an action feels impossible, command yourself, do the first 2 minutes. 2 minutes of cleaning, 2 minutes outside, 2 minutes of stretching, 2 minutes of reading. Why does this work? Because initiation is often harder than continuation. Depression builds a wall at the doorway of action. Discipline does not need to destroy the whole wall at once. It only needs to open a crack. Also use the same place, same time principle. Take medication, if prescribed, at the same daily cue. Journal at the same chair. Walk after the same meal. Prepare sleep at the same hour. Why? Because repeated cues reduce dependence on mood. The behavior becomes attached to environment, not to emotional weather. That is how discipline becomes less forceful over time. At first, you carry the routine. Later, the routine carries you. Now ask yourself, how do we make discipline sustainable? Make it social. Tell one trusted person the plan. Ask them to check in, not to judge. Walk with someone. Attend group therapy if appropriate. Join a class. Sit with family even when you do not talk much. Depression isolates. Discipline reconnects. Human beings are not designed to recover only in private rooms. Even quiet presence can remind the nervous system that it is not abandoned. And remember this, discipline does not remove pain immediately. It gives pain a container. Without structure, depression can spread into every hour. With structure, the day has handles. You may still feel heavy, but now there is a next step. You may still feel sad, but now sadness does not make every decision. You may still feel tired, but now tiredness meets a plan that has been made in advance. So take this message seriously. Depression deserves medical respect, and discipline deserves a kinder definition. Discipline is not shouting at yourself. Discipline is building a life that does not depend completely on mood. Why is it beneficial? Because it restores rhythm, reduces avoidance, increases contact with reward, supports sleep, strengthens treatment, and gives the brain repeated evidence that action is still possible. How is it effective? Through small, scheduled, repeatable behaviors practiced before motivation returns. Do not wait to feel ready. Start smaller than your pride wants. Repeat longer than your mood predicts. Protect sleep. Move the body. Schedule meaningful action. Stay connected. Seek professional help when symptoms persist or danger appears. And above all, restart without self-hatred. The next action is always available. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. We are learning this together like a family, one step and one topic at a time. See you in the next episode.